Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're here, it probably means you've moved past the beginner stage of English listening. You can follow a conversation, you can watch a movie with subtitles, but you're ready for that next leap. You want to understand everything: the fast talkers, the complex accents, the nuanced jokes. You want to feel completely at ease in any English conversation. Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the daily habits that will transform your listening skills from good to truly advanced. This isn't about memorizing vocabulary lists. It's about retraining your brain to process English effortlessly. So, grab a notebook and let's get started on your journey to listening mastery. First up, let's talk about the foundation: passive listening. I know, it sounds almost too easy, right? But the power of passive listening is massively underrated. I'm talking about having English on in the background while you go about your day. Cooking breakfast? Put on an English podcast. Cleaning your room? Play an audiobook? Driving to work? Tune into an English radio station. The goal here isn't to understand every single word. Don't stress about it. The goal is to get your brain accustomed to the rhythm, the intonation, and the natural flow of spoken English. It's like immersing yourself in an English-speaking country without buying a plane ticket. This constant exposure helps your brain build a subconscious map of the language's soundscape. It stops treating English as a foreign academic subject and starts treating it as part of your environment. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth. Now let's level up from passive to active listening. This is where the real focused work happens, and it's crucial. I recommend dedicating at least 15-20 minutes of focused, uninterrupted time each day for this. Choose a short piece of audio or video, maybe 2 to 5 minutes long. It could be a news clip, a TED Talk, a scene from a TV show, or a segment from a podcast. First, listen to it once without any subtitles or transcripts, just to get the general idea. Don't panic if you miss things. Then, listen again, but this time, pause frequently to really analyze what you're hearing. What did you miss? Was it a specific word? A fast phrase? This is where you can turn on the subtitles to check. But don't just read them and move on. Listen to that tricky part again while reading the subtitle. Then, turn the subtitles off and listen one more time. Can you hear it clearly now? This active process of identifying your weak spots and immediately working on them is what builds precision in your listening. One of the most powerful techniques for advanced listening is transcription, or what I like to call listen and write. It's a challenging but incredibly effective exercise. Take that same short audio clip from your active listening practice. This time, your mission is to write down exactly what you hear, word for word. You will have to pause and rewind a lot, and that's the whole point. This forces you to pay attention to every single sound, every contraction, every linked word. You'll start noticing how going to becomes gonna, or how did you can sound like dija. These are the little things that native speakers do without thinking, but they can completely trip up a learner. Once you've written down as much as you can, compare your transcription with the official transcript or subtitles. The mistakes you find are pure gold. They show you exactly where the gap is between what you think you're hearing and what is actually being said. Doing this just a few times a week will supercharge your ability to decode fast, natural speech. So you're doing passive listening, active listening, and transcription. What's next? You need to diversify your diet of English. Many learners get stuck in a comfort zone, listening only to clear standard accents, like news reporters or language teachers. To reach an advanced level, you must break out of that bubble. Actively seek out a variety of accents. Watch a Scottish comedian, listen to an interview with an Australian actor, follow a vlogger from Texas, or tune into a BBC drama set in Manchester. Each accent has its own unique music and vocabulary. It will be difficult at first. Absolutely. But the more you expose yourself to this diversity, the more flexible and adaptable your ears will become. Your brain will learn to stop expecting just one correct way for English to sound and will become a master at decoding all its beautiful variations. Make it a fun challenge. Each week, pick a new accent to explore. Another key habit is to focus on connected speech. This is one of the biggest hurdles for advanced learners. Native speakers don't speak word by word. We link words together, we drop sounds, we change sounds. This is why a sentence can sound like one long, continuous word. To master this, you need to start listening for these connections. For example, listen for how a word ending in a consonant links to a word starting with a vowel, like turn off sounding like turn off, or how sounds can be dropped, like in I must go, where the T is often silent. The best way to practice this is with a technique called shadowing. This is where you listen to a short phrase and repeat it immediately, trying to mimic the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation exactly. This trains your mouth to make the sounds, which in turn trains your ear to hear them more clearly. Let's talk about slang, idioms, and cultural references. At an advanced level, it's often not the grammar that's confusing you, but the cultural context. You might understand every word in the phrase, "he really hit it out of the park," but if you don't know the baseball reference, the meaning is lost. So, how do you learn this? By consuming content made for native speakers, by native speakers. Watch popular late-night talk shows, follow trending topics on social media in English-speaking countries, and listen to podcasts where friends are just having a natural conversation. When you hear a phrase you don't understand, don't just ignore it. Pause, look it up. Urban Dictionary can be your best friend here. Understanding these cultural nuances is the final bridge between simply comprehending the language and truly understanding the conversation. It makes listening richer, more fun, and allows you to connect with speakers on a much deeper level. Now, I want to share a simple but transformative mindset shift. Stop translating in your head. If you're still hearing English, translating it to your native language, understanding it, and then forming a response, you'll always be one step behind the conversation. Your goal is to start thinking in English. The listening habits we've discussed will help you get there. When you're doing your passive listening, just let the English words wash over you. When you're doing active listening, try to visualize the meaning directly from the English words. A great way to practice this is to narrate your own day in your head, but in English. Okay, now I'm making coffee. I need to get the milk from the fridge. This constant inner monologue in English strengthens those neural pathways, making it your brain's default processing language over time. When you stop translating, you start understanding at the speed of speech. Finally, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. It is far better to practice for 20 minutes every single day than to cram a 3-hour session once a week. You are building a habit, retraining your brain, and that requires daily reinforcement. So integrate these practices into your daily life. Make them a part of your routine. Some days you'll feel like you're making huge progress, and other days you might feel stuck. That's completely normal. The key is to keep showing up. Don't get discouraged. Every minute you spend listening is a small investment in your future fluency. Celebrate the small wins, understanding a tricky line in a movie, catching a joke on a podcast, or following a fast-talking speaker for a full minute. These are the signs that you're on the right path. So there you have it, a complete toolkit of daily habits to take your English listening to the absolute highest level. From building a foundation with passive listening to fine-tuning with transcription and shadowing, and expanding your horizons with diverse accents and cultural content. It's a journey, not a race. Be patient with yourself, stay consistent, and most importantly, have fun with it. Find content that you genuinely enjoy, and this practice won't feel like work at all. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's your biggest listening challenge, or what's your favorite way to practice? Let's share our experiences and learn together. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep listening.